Katie was a very sweet girl growing up, and she was definitely a little mom and always looking after her little brothers and sisters and helping me out with them. She was very princessy and liked her pink and sparkles, and she was just an easy, fun kid.
I had 5 younger siblings, so we were always doing something. A lot of wrestling tournaments, basketball games, football games.
David was a very happy child. Spent a lot of time in the outdoors, camping and biking.
Skied in the winter and I BMX'd in the summer, and I did all sorts of stuff. I was always outside.
It was my sophomore year. My mom noticed I was having a awkward type walk.
We ended up taking her into the doctor and asked about the hip, because I could see that she kind of swayed with her hip.
And when I went in and saw the hip specialist, he saw that I had a really bad labrum tear, and I got a labrum tear repair surgery in March of 2019, I believe. I had knee pain all throughout that time too. After the pain wasn't going away, they took an MRI on my knee, and they found what they thought to be a cyst in my knee. And the hip specialist was like, oh, it's an easy in and out surgery. We'll get that taken care of and you should be good to go. And they ended up finding out it was a sarcoma, a synovial sarcoma, which is a really rare form of cancer that they just were not expecting it to be.
It was devastating, and my husband was working out of town at the time, and I had to sit her down and say, you have a synovial sarcoma.
They redid the surgery, and they were able to take out the whole, all the tissue of the left side of my knee, take part of my calf muscle to cover that area, and then the skin graft. They were able to save my leg.
I was training in Park City on June 20th, 2021, and I was training on a big old airbag. It's exactly what it sounds like, just a big bag full of air that you jump into. I was training for half pipe and slope style, so I was doing big tricks in the air. I landed on the bag, clicked my skis off, and I was walking off, and all of a sudden the wind picked up and broke the anchoring system, and picked the bag up and dropped me about 65 feet to my feet on hard ground.
My phone rang, and it was his coach, and he said there'd been an accident, and he wanted me to know.
I was then rushed to Children's Primary in Salt Lake City, where I had emergency surgery to stabilize my injuries. Got moved to University Colorado Hospital here in Denver.
Basically, everything was crushed below his knees. He had a laceration of his rectum. His back was fractured.
I got out late July with about, 3 months of healing ahead of me. And about a month into it, my doctors and my physical therapist noticed my right leg getting infected. So I was then rushed back to Anschutz for surgeries and debridement.
We started talking about what his future was going to be. And he said, well, I bet someday he'll be able to walk up to a mile with a cane. And at that point, we really started looking at amputation. When I put that on the table for him in his hospital bed that day, and we just held each other and cried. But it didn't take him long. Within, within a few minutes, he said, well, what do we have to do, and what do I have to think about? And he decided long before I did. It took me a long time.
Ended up having an amputation of my lower right leg. I really tried to stay positive and look at what I could be able to do when I get out. Looking towards the outdoors was totally helpful for me. So the Limb Preservation Foundation Scholarship has really allowed me to be financially free through college and really focus on my degree.
The scholarship from the Limb Preservation Foundation helps to fund my dreams of being an elementary art teacher. I definitely wouldn't be able to afford going to school on my own.
And they've gone through such a rough road that they definitely need to know that there's people out there supporting them and help them get to where they want to be.
It's an organization that helps people with limb loss see that their life isn't over, their life is just starting. A small donation to the Limb Preservation Foundation, which results in, for our family, which is a large scholarship for our son, will allow him to get a college degree and have every opportunity for success in his life as any able-bodied person.
I'm just so excited to be back in the classroom with the kids.
I'm looking forward to keeping myself outdoors and active, while as well getting an education in college, and just generally looking forward to enjoying my life outside. Just like my old life pretty much, except one leg.